Haul time!
Haul time! Howdy! Welcome back to the channel.
And welcome if you're new here.
My name's Allie.
I'm Matthew.
And we are 2/3 of the Happily Ever Taylor
Fam. As Kinley would say,
We are coming at you live from our newly decorated, under construction decoration
Christmassy but kind of not home office.
Disney edition. Today we are so excited to finally be going through all of the purchases that we made on our most recent Walt Disney World trip.
What, a month and a half ago now?
Yeah, a month and a half ago. You know, 'tis the season.
But I tell you what, we've been really good. We stuck it in the closet. We haven't touched it. We haven't looked at it.
I forgot what we bought.
We just kept it in the bags and we said we're going to come back.
Yeah, so here we are. Life finally slowed down for a millisecond. And we're able to film this haul for you. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into all of the goodies and treasures that we brought home with us from our last Walt Disney World trip. And if you haven't checked out, vlogs are coming out still weekly,
monthly, whatever. We're on our own cadence.
On our own time.
Okay.
This is for fun.
And
this is a hobby.
But we just got back from a weekend of Poly. It was club level. It was everything we could hope it would be and more. Go check out those videos.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the first purchase. This backpack has been something I've been looking at wanting to get for 4 trips now probably. I check online at the cost all the time. We are annual pass holders, so 20% off at the park. I think this was $55 originally. AP brought it down to like $45 out the door. Really not bad. Became the park backpack of choice. It's got this awesome strap on the back that can go onto bags when you're carrying it through the airport, which is lovely. A lot of great pockets, knickknacks, paddywhacks. Got a laptop pouch in here, which is nice. Very nicely padded.
Yeah.
It was very comfortable.
We have a visitor.
This is the
Say
Gumbo.
hello. This is Gumbo.
And he runs amok.
You can see it's really thin.
Mhm.
So
We got it not thinking it would hold very much. This thing,
you can pack
it.
this up,
I mean,
and it still doesn't stick out a ton. So when you're like getting on rides and things, it's not as big as the old backpack.
yeah,
is.
old green, as you may have seen in some
Old green.
videos, went through it, lived a good life, but it would always stick out a lot more than this. This would
Like,
keep as much
You
stuff,
turn and it would whack
but
somebody.
compactly.
Yeah.
I think it's wider, and it was more forming. So,
Highly recommend.
beautiful backpack. It's going to be in the closet for many trips to come.
Next category, clothing / I guess to keep it in the accessories realm. Y'all saw this if you saw the vlogs. This is Kinley's lanyard. She picked this out our first night. The same night we got the backpack and went to Trader Sam's. She decided she wanted to get into pin trading and she really wanted a lanyard. So she picked this one out with all of these
Munchlings.
cutie little characters. And she used it the whole time we were there to pin trade. So
Kept
excited
every one
that
of the pins that she got along the lanyard.
she was really proud of them.
It's great.
Okay, the next.
Dun, da, da, da. We saw this getting off the ride in Figment's little gift shop. They rarely have new stuff in there. And when I saw this, I looked at Allie and we both just said, well, that's coming home. Ring it up. Figment's my favorite character. It's his best day ever. It's not too over the top. It's dark blue. It's really comfy. And I've noticed that after many trips and purchases, I went with the extra size up because I keep overwashing my clothes.
He's a big fan of dried on high heat.
So this is a 2X, but it'll fit just dandy. I want to say this was probably like in the $25 realm.
So people want to know, if you've seen him at Disney in any of the vlogs, you may notice he loves a white Disney t-shirt.
Love a white t-shirt, yes.
All of his t-shirts are
reflects
white.
The heat, very easy.
And so this is very out of your comfort zone in terms of the base color.
It is.
The people want to know, will you wear it to the parks?
If we go for another Christmas special season and or early in the year, maybe. This will not be
maybe
worn.
a spring break? Maybe a March?
Maybe. I don't wear a lot of my park shirts at home because I want to keep them for the parks, but this will be a daily, a usual, just bebop around town wear.
Love it. Okay, the next thing, I am very, very excited for this. So I have seen this sweatshirt on TikToks, people who share new and upcoming Disney merch, and I just loved it. So it's a mix of, sorry, let me just cover. Thank you. It's a mix of, there's embroidery along this. All of these are embroidered, all 4 of these icons. And then the back has a mix of the embroidered 71 in Walt Disney World and then screen printed little quote. And the quote says,
"It's a park of joy and inspiration and new knowledge where the young at heart of all ages can laugh and play and learn together." It's a beautiful little quote. It's fun. And
relatively understated for Disney World.
This one does have the price tag still on it. This was a $59.99er, but 20% off under 50 after out the door. So really not bad.
Deal.
Got it in an XL.
Disney's paying us to be annual pass holders
100% at the end of the day. Got it in an XL so that I can wear it and she can wear it. We like to get our sweatshirts in that size because
oversized.
Fits me, but it's comfy for her to wear as a cozy.
That's all the clothing.
So we went to Trader Sam's. First day we were there.
We'll link the video up here if you haven't checked it out yet.
And as you may know or get to know, Matthew loves him a souvenir cup. I've got Rancor teeth. I've got a La Fru's brew cup. I've got
another little Trader Sam's.
I've got a Trader Sam's Grog Grotto mug. I've got multiple ones from Epcot. I've got a Germany beer pilsner.
A couple sippers.
I've got the Oga's Canteen. I've got stuff from there. Anyways, I got an Orange Bird. I've got a candy corn sip. Anyways, so this is the Pearl. Delicious. Was hoping to get a black pearl, but we didn't, but that's okay. Our good friend Shelly gave us this.
Shelly the Pearl.
Shelly
the Clam.
Yeah, that makes the pearl, but that's all right. Just a fun little drink, really good. Had rum shot in it. I loved it. Allie did not. And then, what was the name of this drink?
Nautilus.
The Nautilus. A lot of fun. The server puts on all sorts of gear. And
rains.
You got to pretend like you're swimming, and they spray water on you, and they bring out this massive boat. But it's really cool. On the bottom, it says like what edition this boat is. This is the 4th edition from the Polynesian. It's really nice and kind of it's just really cool.
Yeah.
It's dishwasher and microwave safe in case you want to put like
hot dog.
We joked that this was going to be our gravy boat at Thanksgiving. But the good news about the Pearl, they just give you the Pearl that you get your drink in, so you got to wash that out yourself. These nice cups, they take back in the back because they don't want to give you a used one, and they give you a new one at the door. So
and it came in a gigantic box, and thank goodness I said, let's bring an extra empty suitcase for souvenirs.
Yeah, because my God, the size of this box. But we couldn't even get the box to fit, and at the end of the day, we had to take it out and wrap it in sweatshirts. Also another good Easter sweatshirts.
That's why we went shopping.
And we hoped that it would make it, and it did. So here it is.
Here we
are. Next thing we did was a little fun thing we did at the resort when we had a resort day. Is Kinley made, I think it's Kukui, a special Hawaiian tree nut thing that they had pre-painted a bunch of them in a bunch of little bins, and you get to go pick your colors. You had to pick 3 colors in a special. She picked these ones with little turtles on them, which are a lot of fun. And then they show you how to braid it, and you go sit down and do a little braid situation. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing it. Kinley's really into crafts.
We'll put a picture of her doing it.
Yeah.
Here. But that was a lot of fun.
That vlog is coming soon too,
yeah.
So you'll see some footage.
This was just a little special thing to bring home. That was a memory. That wasn't just they give you a lei when you show up at the Poly, which is awesome, but it's like an Amazon.
Don't ruin the magic.
No, this was kind of a really cool thing for her to bring with her. She wore it a lot. She actually really enjoyed it. So.
And when we were in Magic Kingdom, one of the cast members who was a character attendant was from Hawaii and told Kinley it's a great honor to wear those tree nuts as a necklace. So they said it was a great honor to wear those. So she was really excited about that. And then one of the nights, when we were watching the fireworks on the beach. One of the cast members at the Polynesian was talking to Kinley and I about how the state of Hawaii had gifted the Polynesian a tree many years ago for one of their anniversaries and walked us outside and showed us. And at one point in time, it was the only kukui nut tree in the United States, which was pretty cool.
There you go.
Very special.
Yeah.
So every trip, we get a couple special things for the resort we're staying at, or a souvenir for ourselves. And one of those things is Christmas tree ornaments. We love ornaments. This tree, we're a little behind in our decorating.
And the big tree, we really haven't been able to put ornaments up this year. Probably won't because of
the maniac.
The aforementioned Gumbo.
This tree's looking a little sad.
He's a maniac.
Should have fluffed it a little before.
Oh well.
It's okay. But this will always kind of be like our Disney memory tree. And one of the things we got was, we picked this up on our way out just to remember our stay at the Polynesian. It's one of the little tiki gods. This ornament was $22.99 and then 20% off annual pass holder
Which is wild for
discount.
this little plastic thing.
Yeah.
But they know they got you, especially during Christmas season. There wasn't actually a lot of
There
options.
weren't a lot of options for the Polynesian.
But staying with Christmas, we went to the party, Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Party was awesome. A lot of fun, beautiful. Loved seeing the park. Not a lot of great merch.
We didn't really love the merch.
It just felt kind of, I don't know, different. But we did want to make sure we left with something. So we left with a mug.
Of a good Disney mug. So here's the front. The back, it says Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party.
And while you're up,
Magic Kingdom 2024.
it's a beautiful little pin ornament.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Last year was the first year they did this, and they gave out
take it out of that.
nutcrackers. And
I think it was toy soldiers, right?
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yep, toy soldier. And then this year they gave out a little gingerbread house, which is actually really apropos for all the
Very cute.
resorts around there because they all did gingerbreads.
And then our bracelet, our party. We went to the first party
So we got a gold one.
of the season, and our bracelet was gold.
The last where we spend most of our money now, and it started as just to get a couple pins. Just a couple pins. We're not going to get into it. We're not going to get into pin trading. We're just going to get a couple pins from this one over here.
Oops.
And I'll show you. This is insanity. What we ended up coming home with. Now, mind you, last trip we left with a lot of dupes, as we call them, duplicates. So some of these were traders, some of these were purchased, and we also got into a few new blind bag situations. And completed a few. You'll see those in various videos and TikToks. Follow us on all the socials.
Follow us on TikTok,
Burr.
Happily Ever Taylor Fam. Instagram, Happily Ever Taylor Fam.
And
Subscribe,
yeah, while we're here,
Happily
subscribe.
Ever Taylor Fam.
Hit that notification bell. Like the video. Thumbs it up. I don't know. Put a comment in. You know you want to. Just comment. We'll answer. Ha! Anyways, here's all the pins. We just put them on this board so we can actually have them all out. We have a nice pin board up here that we will put them on and show you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We'll show you a nice picture of everything, but this was just a way to display them quickly. Really cool, actually, way to remember your trips. They're actually beautiful little pieces of art in themselves if you can get behind how much they cost.
So Matthew's gonna hold this as steady as he possibly can. Ignore the cardboard. Like he said, we'll put it on the real board. But the new sets we got into this trip were the Princess Pastries. Kinley is trying to complete that set. She has 5. There's 8, so she only needs 3 more. She also did the Wreck-It Ralph set. She has 6 of the 8, but she was content after she found Vanellope. So I don't know if this will be a collection she decides to keep long term, or maybe next year she'll want to trade those out for something new. Who knows? Down here we have all of the pins we traded for. Yes, all of our traders. We also traded for this Stitch, this Figment, this Tigger, and this pendant. And then I finished, spoiler alert, but it's not a spoiler if you follow us on TikTok, the Winnie the Pooh set, finally. And then, yeah, we'll talk about a couple of these others individually.
All right, we're zoomed in. We sat up
scooched a little closer. We moved from the couch to the office chairs. I'm going to pull a few off of here just so you can see a close-up of some of the special ones that weren't in blind bags. Mm-hmm. So we'll start. I'll insert the picture that we posted from Instagram here. Camera noise. But every year we learned during the holiday season, Disney does a gift card deal with some pins. And this year there were 4. And they were ugly Christmas sweater themed. So the deal was you bought a gift card for what was it, $125?
We said, look, we're only halfway through our trip. We knew we were going to spend that much more on dining, treats.
Yeah.
Why not get something free for it?
Yeah. And the pins were really cute and they all came with the pin. So you loaded up a gift card and then you got the pin for free. So it's a great gift idea
we bought
too.
4 gift cards. The pin comes with the gift card attached to it. So
so you can gift it.
Buy X number of dollars and to say, oh, I hit the mark, you have to get
a special gift card. Which I don't know where we put ours, but Kinley she wanted to keep them because they were cute. They were sparkly and there were characters on them. So a great gift for a Disney lover in your life. I believe that you can only do this in the parks. I don't think they have them on DisneyStore.com. Yeah. But if you're nearby during the times they do this, would highly recommend. So we picked up all 4, like Matthew said.
You'll see the picture, but we'll just show you real quick. We got this. There you
go. So we've got Stitch. We've got Chip and Dale. So cute. I hope that's focused. I can't see when I block my face. We have Mickey Mouse. Very cutie. And Minnie Mouse. And that sound you hear is Gumbo chasing the pearl that he knocked down. So, apologies.
Hold, please.
Let me show you Miss Rainbow Peanut Patty Cakes. Hi, Rainbow.
Angel of our life.
She's the sweetest girl. She only has 3 legs. But she's the sweet one. And Gumbo's the nutty one. So, when we review food and drinks, Rainbow is the food. Because she loves a snack. She loves a snack. And Gumbo is drinks because he's always a little...
He's a little parched, and he always likes to stick his little paw in water.
Yeah, he's funny.
All the vessels. So
the pin we got from Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party was a Donald and Daisy pin. Super and cute. They are... Looks like they're
in front of the...
On Main Street with some hot chocolate?
Yep. They're right there.
And a present.
I can tell you exactly where that's at. It's right when you turn the corner from Crystal Palace to go on Main Street. It's by Casey's. It's like if Casey's wasn't Casey's, that's what that would look like.
Oh.
Anyways. Cute. All right.
Very cute.
Pin. Hotel pin.
Yes. In addition to the ornament, we're trying to collect a pin from every Disney resort we stay in as well. So this was the pin we chose from the Polynesian.
It's very cute.
Mickey and Minnie on the beach.
Loves.
And then we were torn because we're like, do we get the tiki? Which one do we do? But if you notice, there is a little tiki god in between them. So, best of all worlds.
We joke that we have 3 kids. Kinley is our real child, our beautiful 7-year-old. But then we have Gumbo and Rainbow, who you've met. And this just speaks, that's them in a nutshell.
The little ice cream cone. So our main superstar, Kinley, and then the kitties on top.
So we bought that.
We've started a little Aristocats collection. I'll show you when we go to our pin board, I'll point it out, but we were inspired to start an Aristocats collection, specifically the kittens, the 3 kittens, because of the cast pins that they do. We thought that was like our family. There was Duchess and Thomas O'Malley, and then the 3 kitties. So we're like, we have to get it. And then ever since, we've decided that might be a side collection we start.
I saw this, and it just reminded me of when we all go to the park. It's my happy places with you, and it's Mickey and Minnie watching the fireworks. So,
oh. You've also maybe learned by now. Maybe you haven't. Maybe this is your first time seeing us.
We each try to get a trip pin. like something.
It was sort of our way of limiting how many pins we bought.
It didn't work. So
now it's just turned into another pin. Yeah. But it's essentially like we do our blind bags so we can trade and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
But we know we get to kind of buy one rack pin, the pins on the white card, each at the end of the trip or sometime during the trip that we find that we want to add to our collection. So I collect Winnie the Pooh and Peter Pan pins. Matthew collects
Figgy Fake Pig,
Figment, and then you also have like a Goofy Movie sub collection.
Mainly Figment, but aside of Goofy Movie.
And then Kinley has Stitch and Princesses, are kind of her two that she does. So my pin that I picked this trip was this Winnie the Pooh and Piglet building a snowman. We had a very, Winnie the Pooh trip with going to Crystal Palace, which that video will be up here. You can check it out. And I just love Winnie the Pooh. And then the winter scene because we went for Christmas.
I got Mr. Figment eating popcorn, and that is apropos for multiple reasons. One, I love Figgy, and two, we always try to do family movie night and eat popcorn. And
we love a Disney popcorn bucket.
So that just all...
Yeah.
And here's Kinley.
And then Kinley picked the Stitch on Space Mountain. Space Mountain is one of her favorite rides. Yep. She is fearless on it and has a deep love for Stitch. Also fitting, we stayed at the Polynesian, which Stitch is like sort of one of the little mascots for. We met him at Ohana for breakfast. So great times there.
This one we'll just leave on here because you can kind of do it as a...
Yeah.
The 4 park pins. And as you can see, the special Disney pin says 4 parks in one day.
Video either, I don't know when I'm going to post this. This might come last. This might come in the middle.
We don't know.
Could be tomorrow. Time, right? Kinley and I did a 4 parks one night challenge. Matthew stayed at the hotel to watch the LSU Alabama game. That didn't go the way we wanted it to.
Enjoy it. I got to enjoy just relaxing. Well, look at this picture right here. But tell them what your
So
they started at like 4:30 or 5 p.m.
It was really like 4 parks one night.
Yeah,
like
it was wild.
We started late.
And there was Hollywood.
And Hollywood Studios had a Jollywood Nights party, so they closed early. So we were on like a strict timeline. And Kinley and I decided if we were going to do it, we were going to do it right. And the rule was we had to ride a ride and get a pin in each park to make it a success. And we did that and then some. We ended up having dinner at the parks. We got a sweet treat at the parks. We got all of our pins and we rode rides in every park. So
and they made it.
That video will be separate and you can watch it. It was so much fun. Mamas, I highly recommend doing it with your kiddos. Not be intimidated even if they're young. We had a blast doing it. And I think it's something we could totally do again and bring him along for it. So
I need to be on them. I need to get in on that.
So before we show you before we add these pins to our pin board and show you our board, I wanted to highlight the celebration button. And if you don't know, these are completely free at Walt Disney World. You can get them at any guest service spot, so any of the kind of blue umbrellas in the theme parks. A lot of the merch stores have them. You just have to ask. You can get them at the front desk at your resorts.
Concierge.
Yes, concierge.
Pretty much anybody.
Any guest relations, cast member will be able to point you in the direction. And they have specific buttons. So there's a birthday button. If you're celebrating your birthday, they'll write your name on it. There's one that says happily ever after. If you're celebrating an engagement, your honeymoon, anniversary. And then there's just kind of this generic one that says I'm celebrating. And what's really fun is a cast member or you can write in what you're celebrating. So we picked up a couple of these on our trip. You'll see in the vlogs, Kinley rode her first upside down roller coaster and we wanted to celebrate that. And then we absolutely had to get one of these before we left because that is such a big milestone. But they're absolutely free. So you can ask any of them anything you're celebrating. And they're fun to wear because people like to read them and see all the fun things you're celebrating.
If we were better, if we wanted to, these are kind of not throwaway things, like you try to keep them. But if you really want to keep them...
Do we have one somewhere? Quick pause. We'll show you what you can do.
You can go to Yule Christmas Shop and they will personalize pins for you. Ornaments, they do all sorts of personalization. But we got a special happily ever after one right after we got engaged, and they wrote
our engagement date.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
It's like $5 a word or something.
Easy.
Yeah,
but you got to pick it up like later that day, so plan it in plenty of time. However, if you can't do that and you just do regular old Sharpie on it, that's fine. Ask the cast member to either put Saran wrap on it, or tape. I think it's tape, right? Not saran.
I don't think they just have saran wrap sitting around.
Tape. Clear masking
like
tape. Scotch tape. Masking tape wouldn't be clear. It masks things.
Yes.
Scotch tape.
Yeah.
Scotch tape. Anyways, it's not Scottish, it's crap. Anyways,
what?
You know that SNL skit, right? No? Okay. But because a lot of times this will just smudge off or rub off or scratch off. But if you want to keep it forever, get them just put a piece of tape over it. It'll last a lot longer. But anyways.
Okay, we're gonna put the pins on our pin board. We will be back.
2 shakes of a gator tail.
In the blink of an eye. Generic overview, this board is a compilation of various mystery bags that we're working to complete or kind of themes that we're looking to collect. It's a mix of rack pins that come on the white cards that you buy. It's a mix of mystery bag pulls, and it's also a mix of pin trading with either cast members or the pin board. And there is one pin from Box Lunch that Kinley got down there from St. Nick. So we'll take you through the board. Starting off, we've got our pennant flags that we traded off the board. We know those are definitely fake, but we thought that was a fun little nod to Walt Disney World on there. We started with one of the colors, and then we're like, why not just try to look for all of them? So I think we're missing just one, but that's fun up there. We've got the glitter the glitter princess silhouettes over here. One came from a board, one came from cast member trading. The princess pastries that Kinley is looking to complete. And then a wish pin, an Aurora, and Elsa, and then a couple Alice in Wonderland themed pins. Over here, we've got our pins from our 4 parks, 1 night challenge. One for each of the parks. I thought those were super fun. And then our sweater pins from the gift card deal this holiday. Up in this top corner, we've got Matthew's Figment pin collection. Super cute. And then one he got when he made a lightsaber on our first trip. These 3 don't really have a home, but we love them. We love Soren, and we thought this little old Fast Pass hidden Mickey pin was a cutie. Kinley got this blue Kite Tails pin traded with a cast member, and then her little Sally Mae. My little pin pride and joy down here, all of my Winnie the Pooh pins, like I said, a mixture of rack pins, mystery bag pins, cast member trading pins. I've got the Not So Scary Halloween party pin from this year. We did the Winnie the Pooh, and then the Teddy Bear Day as well. Over here, I've got our 3 little Aristocat pins. This is the one I was mentioning, the little cast pin. We thought this was perfect for our family. Let's see if I can get to focus. Except we would trade, this would be rainbow and that would be gumbo in our little perfect family. Other than that, we thought it was so cute. Up here we have our Mickey and Friends kind of category, or any of the pins that are Mickey Mouse or Friend related. There's our Very Merry Christmas Party pin. We loved the Skyliner pin. We got that one when we stayed at Pop Century. The rest, this was from our adults trip. And then this was Kinley's first pin she bought. The rest are traders. We've got our Happy Places with You that we just showed you. And then the 4 from the resorts we've stayed at. We also have stayed at Bay Lake Tower. We weren't buying pins then.
You couldn't buy it.
You couldn't buy a pin from Bay Lake Tower. They don't make it anymore. But we weren't even collecting pins way back then. This was from the Wilderness Lodge, the first one we got. But we look at eBay frequently to decide if we should get the Bay Lake one to add into here. Over here is my Peter Pan and Co. collection. I think this one's so fun. This pin is like, there's a little pixie dust in there. I love it so much. One thing I didn't show over here on this Port Orleans French Quarter pin, you open it up and it's got Princess Tiana inside, which was really fun. We've got our Little Goofy Movie, Matthew's Little Goofy Movie selection. If you know, you know about this pin. That was a hard one to find. Matthew started doing the popcorns on this last trip. So we've got a couple of them. Do you know how many are in that set?
6 or 8.
I don't know. You got some good characters though. Sorcerer, Mickey, Winnie the Pooh, Lilo and Stitch.
We got the ones we really cared about.
Dumbo. There's a Tinkerbell.
Yeah, that's fair. I think there were 6.
I think you're right. The 6 out of the 8 of the Wreck-It Ralph pins, which is really fun there. We've got 2 of the random from the Joey Choi. If you watched those vlogs from our summer trip, you will see we opened multiple packs and we got those 2 pins every single time. So we've moved on. Those might become traders here in the near future. Kinley's growing Stitch collection over here. And then last but not least, the first mystery pin set we ever completed, the Sleeping Animals. We are not tied to majority of these characters. However, we were bound and determined to collect them all once we started to make a good dent. So that's the pin board.
Future Matthew, one thing we forgot to speak about was our plushie collection. Now, we've got so many plushies you can't even imagine in Kinley's room, but these are the special plushies because they are from the now defunct or soon to be Hester and Chester's Dinorama. We know we don't have them all, but we've got almost all of them. We've got a Mickey and a Minnie wearing their Dino Institute shirts with Animal Kingdom branding. He as well, but it's got Dino Institute on the shirt.
So cute.
Animal Kingdom branding on the footsies.
And we have a medium Mickey.
We have this little guy. I can't remember his name, but he's got a name. And it's Brandon. Oh yeah, there's the little Mickey back there.
Love it.
And then on this last trip, we said, well, we got to get the rest of them.
Yes, so we had those 4 going into this last trip.
These little guys you can win or could win. You just go play, and if you win, you get one.
Yeah.
This guy was a medium, which meant there had to be so many people playing.
Kinley won that one on the game you'd throw it into special colored cup.
That's
so
right.
she got it in the right colored cup to win that on our trip this summer.
Now, these you had to have...
Last fall. She won that last fall.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, these you had to have a full contingent of players on the spray gun game.
Especially the big one.
Or the whack-a-mole game.
Yeah.
And so this wasn't just pay to play. This was like...
you're knocking little kids out of the way to win that prize.
And mind you, we weren't the only ones. All the adults were doing the same thing.
It was funny. We'll show it in the vlogs, but
we won whack-a-mole.
Yes.
And this was the spray gun.
This was the spray gun game.
Spray gun game. Got the
like the water blaster.
And then the piece de resistance. That's not our dinosaur. Yes, it is. This is the dinosaur. We found him. From the dinosaur ride. This is the one you go to find. And just think that's so super cool, branded.
And we had to have this one. Like, once we realized we were so close to having them all, I was like, we cannot leave here until we get this dino. If you watch that vlog, or when you watch it, when it's out, who knows? We don't win him right away. He did not come easily.
Each ticket to play is $6.
Yeah. We were like bound and determined. And in the final hour.
The last one, I said, I'm playing one more time.
Yeah. I was like, you can do this. You can do this.
And we did it.
And he won. And it
was
so cool. So exciting.
We need to get, there's 2 more, I think, that we're missing that we'll look at.
And I think those came online. Before our time.
Correct.
Before
we started
going to Disney World. Yeah. But now it's kind of sad. They're running through these. So we knew when we saw them. Dinorama is closing, I think, in January or early spring of 2025. And so, like, the time is limited. So it's part of the nostalgia of playing the games and having Kinley have those memories of playing Carnival Games at Disney. But also it was like, they're here. We have to get them. And now the prizes are, like, random new emos and Pride stuffed animals that they just have, like, left over.
Which is all great.
Which is great that they have something so people can still play. Like, if you don't know, it doesn't matter. But we very much knew, and it mattered to us. So we were so excited to win them. This was the first time we've ever been in a park on a weekend day. Oh yes, we have to show that. First time we've ever been on a weekend day. And so we had a lot more people playing the games, which made the chances of winning the big ones better. Like when we went...
If it was a regular day and it was just like 3 people before they announced that they were closing, you couldn't have begged enough people to play with you to win.
And it was like a small child playing against their parent trying to win anything. And we were never going to be those people that like crush the hopes and dreams of like one kid who was guaranteed to win.
This was like adults trying
to win. It was like
to get
adults trying to win. Even the little ones were like sending their parents to play to try to get in the game. So it was really
fun.
The
coolest thing I think we got, they have a photo booth in there. And for like $7, you get 3 of these sheets of photos. And it's fun. You can break them apart and hang them up and everything. Really cool. And if you have PhotoPass, they all get linked to your PhotoPass.
Yeah, so you get like a nice grainy photo booth picture.
It's horrible photos.
In your photo pass.
But it's really cool because it's branded for the park. It's just a really, really neat little thing.
Fun little souvenir.
Excited about
that. Well, folks, I think that wraps up everything we bought. Oh, we bought a Loungefly for Kinley. She's a little under the weather. I'm not going to go bust in her room for her Figment Loungefly. We'll insert a picture of it right here. And with that, that's all the souvenirs from this last trip to Disney. Make sure you stick around by hitting the subscribe button and joining our Happily Ever Taylor fam. Join Team Taylor and comment down below what the silliest thing you think we purchased was and the best thing you think we purchased. Would love to know. And if you don't say the Nautilus souvenir cup, you're wrong. Bye, y'all.